So I told you guys it was a couple of months ago that I was in New York City and went for a tarot card reading. Went really well for me. Not so great for the person that I was with.
Would you say it was accurate?
On both of our counts.
Yeah.
Yes. But I really thought it would be super interesting to bring that here and have our tarot cards done. We're doing an abbreviated version, though, because most of them are much longer than this and they're in-depth. So this is kind of radio-friendly. So we found Kaylie Damon. You can find her online at tigermoonmystic.com. Also, she's on Instagram, and we'll get into all that here in just a couple of minutes. Also, hey, Kaylie.
Hello.
How are you?
Good. How are all you guys doing?
Really good.
That was very soothing. It was a very soothing reading. I mean, granted, you didn't give us the results yet, so maybe that's why it was so soothing.
Right.
I butter you up beforehand. And then
Because that was Bert's caveat. He wanted us all to get a tarot card reading, and you did a 3-card reading for all of us. And then we literally sat there as Kaylie made faces, not knowing what any of it meant. And now we're all going to find out live on the air what our tarot card readings are.
You had a pretty good poker face with me, but when Cassie came in here, she was freaked out. I don't know what you did.
No.
Oh, no, I was just like, there was some contemplation happening, and I'm just curious to find out what it is.
I'm excited for yours too.
Oh,
So.
All right. You want to start with Cassie then? That's a good way to lead.
Yeah, what order would you like
You know
to go
what?
in?
No, actually, I think I'd like to go in the order we did it. If
Okay.
that's okay.
Yep.
And just so we know too, remember, here's the disclosure, right?
Mhm.
We all have free will. So the actions that you make today, the choices you make today affect the outcome of tomorrow. So if I say something that you don't like, you have the power to change it, right?
And a lot don't really believe that, right? Like the cards are the cards and you can't do anything about it. That's fate.
Yeah, I would say a lot of people are old paradigm tarot readers where they kind of try to manipulate using fear as like a tactic. But I think now there's this new wave of readers that really want the client, the person, to be empowered, to know that I'm not doing anything different than you can do. Like everybody has intuition. Everyone can do this.
Okay. All right. So Abby, I believe you went first, right? And again, if you've never gone to a tarot card reading, it's much longer than what you're going to hear here. This is a very abbreviated version, and I don't want to disrespect your field or your readings also. So this is for radio. Okay.
I appreciate that so much, Bert. Thank you.
Yeah, it's much more in-depth than this.
I'm like sweating to get it down to like 2 minutes a person. Okay. The way I typically like to start is having you kind of just connect so we can connect to your energy, and I'll have you close your eyes. I brought this little, have you ever experienced one of these before?
No, but I feel like a cat right now. I just want to.
You want it?
Yeah.
All right,
Let me touch it.
go ahead and close your eyes.
Okay.
I want you to just kind of focus on what it is you want to gain clarity on today. How do you feel?
Very relaxed.
Good.
It's like a mind massage.
Yeah, it is. What is it that kind of came to you in that meditation?
For me, I think if I could ask any question, it's not necessarily if I'm going to meet somebody, but like when am I going to meet somebody significant?
Abby, thank you so much for allowing me to connect to your energy today. So you had a question that was really along the lines of when will you meet the person? And so we pulled 3 cards for you. The first card I pulled was the High Priestess. And this was in the placement of the energy that you need to embody to attract that person. So the High Priestess is all about gaining knowledge, it's spiritual exploration, it's intuition. And I don't know exactly how old you are, but I feel like a lot of times people get this card during their Saturn's return, which is around the age of like 27 to like 31, like in that time frame right there. So you're nodding your head yes, so I'm taking it. We're a little bit spot on here.
You're
Her
in the
birthday
wheelhouse.
was last week. She turned 27.
Yeah.
Oh, congratulations. So you're literally at that your Saturn's return is starting. So over the next couple years, I think you're going to start to feel the energy of the High Priestess a little bit more. And that's something that you should try to work with in a positive way. So if it's like there's a tarot class you want to take, or like a meditation or a moon circle, go for it, girl. Now, the block that we have here for you to meet this person is the 7 of Pentacles in reverse, what happens with this card is what we really see is Seven of Pentacles in reverse is someone who might be enjoying the fruits of their labor, but a little bit too much. So your block could be maybe working a little bit too much or partying a little bit too much or just kind of enjoying, some of the disposable income you might have a little bit too much. So it's positive, but like I said, in this reversed, it's like you need to kind of shift your energy and where you're spending your time, less on sort of like these worldly things like work and parties and stuff.
Okay. Was that the Dumbledore card?
No, that's the next one. I was like, hold on.
All right, tell me what Dumbledore said.
All right, so Dumbledore.
What card does that look like? Does it have like a...
So the deck I'm using is it's a little bit different, but it's Rider Waite basically. So it's the King of Pentacles, and it's a character card. It's a court card. King of Pentacles is this old guy kind of sitting on top of a throne. In this particular deck, he was surrounded by the ocean and all of that. Mm-hmm. So this is your potential outcome. Now the court cards. So when we get knights, queens, kings, those are all usually representative of an actual person or a personality type.
You're going to marry a king.
Dun, 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 dun.
I'm putting in my 2 weeks.
Your King of Testicles card is high.
I think she said knight. So it's king.
King.
Okay, king.
Girl,
okay.
level
Come
up.
on now.
Yes.
What if it means short king?
Draw another card.
Redo.
Shuffles deck immediately. Okay, so the King of Pentacles is a character card that's really about someone who so king means established. So this person will be maybe like, might be a little bit older or just like established in whatever presence that they're doing. They also are in the cup suit, which is like emotions. Now, the thing that we have to kind of watch out for this card is like, could be too much of like a party daddy. Like we don't want to be focused too much on this energy of like, cups, it's sort of like, might be drinking, might be emotions. We want to make sure that the person that you are focusing this energy on, after you fix that vibration, right, is also in alignment with that high priestess. So we're bringing it all the way back around. Like we want to make sure they have the capacity for spiritual growth just like you do.
This is so interesting because I've only done one other tarot card reading and they also brought up the older thing. They kept saying, feel like you're going to be with someone older. So I'm going to have to raise my Bumble Bumble age.
Remember that dude we were talking about last week?
You gotta change your Bumble profile to saying searching for my party daddy.
Party daddy.
Okay, so I think I went second.
You did.
All right, let's go.
Feeling yourself connect into the energy of the room. Bringing that awareness back into this space. Letting go of any of the buzz, any worries that's happening outside. All that matters is this moment right here, right now. When a chunk comes out, I'll put it back. I should have said this to Abby too. When like a big chunk comes out, I usually put it back in. I'm looking for like 1 or 2 cards like that. Interesting. Okay. So this I'm just doing an extra card for you because you were kind of on the fence about things. Had more time, I would do like a big spread for you.
Get your number.
Oh yeah, don't worry, I've got cards.
Okay. See you in a couple minutes.
Yeah, see you in a couple minutes.
Thank you.
You're welcome. All right, so Bert, we kind of had a little bit of fluctuation on the question, right? We were sort of a little bit this, a little bit that. The cards that we pulled were really more so focused on career. They were focused on kind of like job, career, finances, that kind of thing. It's the suit of pentacles that we saw coming up throughout your entire reading. So the first one was like your current vibe. I believe you were asking for what Do you remember what your question was exactly?
I switched it on you.
Yeah.
Because, one was radio friendly, one wasn't. So I think the one that we went with was something like, how long will I stay in this cycle of goodness that I seem to be
Yes.
having right now?
Thank you for succinctly phrasing that. Okay, so King of Pentacles is your current vibe, and that is the goodness. That's the what we're talking about here is someone who's established, right? So it's king, it's character, it's your business, your finances, your life, and you're feeling like everything is set. It's good. Now, when we move into how we can kind of like help the situation, what's working or what's not working, we get the Judgment card. The Judgment card is really going to be about your energy and your vibration. So it's like, in order to keep the King of Pentacles, in order to keep you in that space of being that king, of your castle, you need to be using clear judgment and following your intuition. The particular card that I chose too, it's actually leads with like a ton of music notes. I don't know if you remember that, but there was music notes following the entire person in the Judgment card. So I feel like when we get this card for you in the context of work and career, it's going back to that space of joy. Whatever got you into this industry to begin with, that spark of that, the excitement for music and for entertainment and that sort of that deep passion, that is the key to making sure that the goodness follows you.
Yeah, I call that period before Kristen.
That was BK.
So if you really want to shift into the next kind of message here, it's bringing that energy and bringing that joy into your life. Now, we do have sort of like a possible warning, something to work on, something to look out for. And this is so we don't get that King of Pentacles, fired from his throne. We have the Four of Pentacles in reverse. The Four of Pentacles is sort of like, have you seen The Hobbit?
I try to stay away from that movie.
Oh no.
It's a little close to home. So
Oh boy.
I kind of stay away from it.
More like a biopic.
Yikes.
Woof.
I haven't seen it. But it's not because I'm short. It's just it's not my jam.
Well, okay, so I think for most people who have seen it, the concept is like this, this guy, and he's really trying to find this treasure that's guarded by a dragon. And as he goes into the mountain, he becomes more and more obsessed with the treasure that he finds, and he sort of begins to start hoarding it. At the beginning of the journey, though, leading to the mountain, he was like everyone's favorite boy. He was like number one guy. Everyone loved him. But the more he started to become obsessed with the material things, the more that energy shifted on him, the more everyone sort of started to turn against him. So what's the message in the Four of Pentacles? Generosity, giving, giving back, and really just allowing your energy, your love to be spread to everybody else.
Okay. I can live with that.
Yeah?
Spread your seed. That's what I got.
Okay.
Is that what you heard?
That's what I heard.
BK, I get it now.
Third was...
Think it was me.
Was it Mo?
Mo.
Okay.
Yes, ma'am.
And as you breathe into your body, just become aware of the space around you. Cool. That was pretty clear, actually. Yeah, so I'll tell you later.
Okay, that's it?
But this is sort of like, I only think I get like 5 minutes per person.
Okay,
so
no, it's fine.
we're working with what we got here.
That quickness made me feel like, no. What was All right, cool.
Yeah, so your cards were really, they were really clear in your message, or I'm sorry, your question was about relationships.
Right.
And it wasn't necessarily like wife or whatever. It was just like when you're going to find a stable, significant relationship, correct?
Right.
Cool. So the first card we got for you, which is your current vibe, is the Knight of Cups. The Knight of Cups is like literally the hopeless romantic card in the deck. It's so cute. It's like a little knight with like all these hearts around him.
Aw.
What happened to the king cards?
All I heard was Hobbit for me, so you're fine.
So no, he is the hopeless romantic. So listen, you've got feelings, you've got emotions. You sometimes can get swept away into this sort of like, wow, like what could this possibly be? And you might be thinking like 3 steps ahead of any given situation. Facts? Okay, cool. So being the hopeless romantic that you are, we might have some blocks that arise when we're trying to meet a significant person, a life-lasting person. And this card is the 3 of Pentacles in reverse. So you guys will notice at this point, anytime we're getting a card in reverse, it sort of means that the energy's off a little bit, right? It's not necessarily, it means the opposite, but it means we have to do something to get it back into alignment. 3 of Pentacles is about collaboration. It's about working with people, being creative, but it's in reverse. So the way I look at this for you when it comes to relationships is that you need to be really open to seeing things through somebody else's perspective. Like walk a day in their shoes, be collaborative in everything that you do, and please do not mansplain anything to this poor person. Don't. Mansplaining's off the table. We are not doing that. We need to be working together as best we can with this.
Okay.
Does that resonate with you?
A little bit.
Okay.
I think so.
So if this person isn't someone that you've met yet, some of these things might become more clear as you start to work with this person. And it is, again, like I said, about collaboration, seeing things from somebody else's perspective.
Interesting. Okay.
Is that a struggle with you in relationships?
Seeing things from the other person's perspective? I feel like it's been the other way in my experiences, but maybe some self-reflection is needed there. Quite possibly.
Yeah. And teamwork. I think teamwork is like the big thing about this card too. So the outcome of this, guess what? You got a Queen of Pentacles. Oh my God.
Yes, Queen. Yes.
What that mean? I know my worth?
Listen, none of us in this room know what the heck that card means, but we all got real excited. I mean, we literally have no idea, but we heard Queen and we were like, yeah.
Y'all fooled me.
Yes, Queen.
Sounds great. I'm in. Okay, so Queen of Pentacles. But I will say too, she was in reverse, but it's not the end of the world. The way I'm looking at this
Something always wrong with my queen.
The way I say, she's backing it up. I think it's a good card.
You
Dropping like it's hot.
You big fat queen, what you
So the Queen of Pentacles in reverse, she represents, so it's a character card again. So this is like your queen, right? This is the person. But there's some issues when it comes to work, stability, career, finances. We're kind of seeing a little bit of like, maybe there's some tension there. Distance,
maybe.
In terms of that.
That wasn't in the card.
I'm just throwing that out there as an option.
Kristen is leading the witness.
Where's my gavel? Gavel. Anyways, so this thing that I'm kind of picking up on with your queen, this person, it depends on, or it also could be like the way she's spending money. Like maybe it's like living above your means type of thing. And so there could be some issues with that. So the energy around this one would be, or in order to align this, it's like you guys need to work together, bringing back that 3 of Pentacles, that collaboration card, to kind of figure out how you can be a team in this. So she's there, she's out there, but there might be some hindrances when it comes to her job situation or her financial situation.
Okay. I'll keep that in mind.
Yeah.
That sounds like a very safe answer. I will keep that in mind.
I'm trying to understand what it means.
You got called romance daddy. Okay, that's all I took from that.
Okay.
We got party daddy is what Abby's searching for, and we got romance daddy over here, and we got the Hobbit.
with his backing up queen.
All right, Cassie.
Feel into your body now in this space. Just becoming aware of your feet, your toes, your hands, your fingers.
That was really lovely. This was so peaceful.
Yeah, it's funny how the energy changes in here. I'm sure Jackson's noticed too each time.
Yeah.
And by the way, if multiple cards come out, it's like a chunk. I usually will reshuffle. Like I'm looking for like one.
Okay.
Cassie, I'm so excited for yours.
Well, the good news is it can't get any worse.
Yeah.
All right? There's
Don't jinx
nothing she
me.
can
Okay,
say
can't
to
it?
make it any worse.
Now they're all going to be in reverse cards.
No, your reading was actually really lovely. I was surprised though because just to fill everyone in, Cassie asked if she had done anything to cause this string of bad luck that she's been having. And when I start pulling the cards, we're getting positive card. And, sometimes it works like that. Sometimes you might ask a question that's just really focused in the wrong place. So everything that your cards were revealing was about you and your energy and positive future outcomes.
Okay.
So this reading is a little bit less about the past. I do have some advice on the past, but it also started out in reverse. Like we're starting with the bangers. You got the star. Girl, you have some energy connected to you. I don't know if anyone's ever called you like an empath or anything like that, but you are more of an energy conduit than I think you know. Your vibration and the way that you've heard of law of attraction?
Yeah. Yep.
Okay. I think you should be working with that.
Okay. I have been called an empath before, and someone's actually called me a conduit before, but it was years and years ago, and I just kind of dismissed it at the time.
You sure they didn't say imbecile?
I'm smart, okay? I have a degree.
That is true. That one I can't argue with.
It's a fake, but it still exists.
I didn't think gingers could be empaths.
That's because we don't have souls. See all these freckles, one for every soul I stole.
But yeah, no, the star is an amazing card, but it really is like the concept of like attracts like. So what you put out there, you kind of get back to yourself. And don't get me wrong, like sometimes, crap happens, right? Like sometimes life happens, and I get that, and I'm not sugarcoating it or trying to imply toxic positivity on you or anything, but I think you're like a radio signal, and like you're just kind of attracting things even subconsciously.
Well, that's cool.
Yeah.
Sarah J. Maas is typing like attracts like.
Yeah, okay.
So be mindful of that. That's like the biggest piece of advice, because the star is about luck and it's about living life to your fullest potential, which brings us into your next card, which is the sun. And I feel like we should cue that like "Here Comes the Sun" song, because that's what it is for you. Like it feels like this is a new chapter, something that is going to be very positive for you, very joyous and happy. But again, remembering that alignment, right? Remembering that energy that you are putting out there. So it was just even the way you were asking me about the past, it's like we got to shift that thinking. We got to start thinking about the future.
Okay.
And your last card was the Eight of Cups. The Eight of Cups is some advice around continuing to move forward here and letting go of things that no longer serve you. Cups is usually about relationships. There could be some sort of like toxic relationship in your life that's like draining your energy because you are so sensitive. You might not even be aware of how much it's affecting you.
Okay.
One girl, 8 cups.
Oh, wow.
Wow.
Now
Your cup
it's
runneth over.
Thank you. I think we found the toxic
I was
relationship.
going to say, I don't see that in this card, but sure.
I think you needed that. You needed
You
that
did,
reading.
Yes.
man.
Well, it definitely does feel like, not to get into it too much, like I have started a new chapter lately, and I had been feeling very positive, but then all the bad stuff happened, and I was like, all right, something's going on here, but maybe the positivity started to help me get through all the bad stuff, and then it's going to be smooth sailing from here on out.
This stuff does go in cycles too, though. I mean, yours has been a long cycle.
Oh, there's more that happened over the past few days.
God, really?
But
No.
I'm going to do the good energy. The good,
Okay.
I'm picking up good vibrations. It's going to bring it all to me. Don't look at me like that.
I'm sorry.
I felt the judgment.
It was there.
Positive energy only.
I'm assuming he hasn't listened to a whole bunch of Beach Boys.
That's what that was.
That
huh?
song is featured on Beyonce's new album.
Is
The
that?
Is
Good
it?
Vibrations, yes.
Okay.
That's awesome.
All right. Kristen.
Yes.
Kristen, your turn. In this space now, I want you to become aware of the top of your head. So I guess I'm going to tell you
We're
more.
gonna go. Now we're
Yeah.
gonna do. Now we're gonna get the results.
I'm doomed.
No, you're not. No, you're not.
Okay, so when you came into the hot seat, you were asking about your family and will your family expand?
Correct.
So the cards that we pulled for you, the first one is the World, and this is about your current energy. The World card, it's a really awesome card. It usually signifies completion though, but it's sort of like fulfillment, the end of a cycle, like, wow, you've done this amazing thing and it's complete. It's beautiful the way it is.
Gotcha.
When we move into your next card, we get the 10 of Pentacles in reverse. And the way I like to look at this is like you're talking about family expansion, whether that means, like children or moving to a new home or anything like that. You can choose to move forward any way you want, right?
Mm-hmm.
But the advice we're getting on that is if you push, it will probably be a financial strain on your family unit. The 10 of Pentacles in reverse. So the 10 of Pentacles upright is sort of like this happy family and they've all got their like money and cats and everything around them. But when we have it in reverse, it kind of feels like we're putting a bit of a strain on this.
Okay.
Again, Pentacles are related to wealth and money. So
Yeah, because when she turned over the card and it's facing me, and I'm like, "Oh, that looks good," but her face didn't look good.
Hi, I need a better poker face. So the King of Swords is your last card. And this is the way I'm looking at this entire spread for you. This is a bit of advice on how to kind of work through some of the feelings around this. Because I get the vibe that there's a lot of emotions attached to this question.
Mm-hmm.
The King of Swords is very rational, very logical. So we are kind of entering into a little bit of a spot here to get through things where we are compartmentalizing and we are just kind of filing that away to deal with it later. Obviously we're not going to be ignoring our problems, but in order to kind of power through some of this stuff. And again, the king is about an established figure. It's authority, it's power, it's decisiveness, and rationality.
Those two,
That's
Kristen
Bart.
and rationality,
Yeah.
has never been
Yeah.
used to the same
She's
sentence
reading.
together.
She's reading Bart.
I know she is. That's my Bart coming in on the back end. you had a queen backing it up. Now I got Bart backing it up.
Yeah, and this is a character card.
Yeah.
So it's a king, and so that
No,
usually
he's
does.
a character.
Yeah.
No, it plays for sure.
So when people come to you were you done with hers, by the way?
Yeah, I mean,
okay.
we can talk later. No.
She actually wanted to talk to me afterwards.
The principal's office.
Getting called into the principal tarot office.
When people come and see you for a reading, generally, how long are they?
30 minutes to an hour, but usually I recommend an hour-long session.
Okay.
Because I like to combine, I'm actually a certified emotional well-being coach as well, which I'm very proud of that. I like to combine that type of conversation and empowerment into the readings.
Yeah, I felt when I don't know if you guys felt this also, but it felt like a welcoming environment. Sometimes
For sure.
when you're not exactly sure what the cards are going to say, you can really feel like a wall is up. But I never had that feeling with you at all.
Thank you so much.
I know that it's a one-on-one sort of thing that you do, and it's very serious as well. It's tapping into it. But do you do like groups or go like if I had a girls' night, would you come and do readings for us?
Absolutely.
All right.
I do parties, fundraisers, obviously things like this now.
Mm-hmm.
So, and yeah, I love doing full moon circles. I actually have a full moon circle coming up, it's an online situation. So if you're someone who's like kind of wants to dip their toes in, but not really sure you want to commit to a full reading, it's a good time to kind of check it out and just see.
Where can people find you, Kaylie?
TigerMoonMystic.com or tiger.moon.mystic on Instagram or Tiger Moon Mystic on TikTok, YouTube, and all the
She's
other
all
places.
over the place.
You know what? Spreading my wings.
You were really great.
You were
Really
fantastic.
great. Thanks for
Thank
coming in here and doing it.
Thank you guys so much.
Thank you.
It's Bert Show.
The Bert Show.